Yo, what is going on, guys? Johnny GB here, bringing you guys week 3 of the Pokemon for Glory Next Generation. We are taking on Nick, aka Recklessback, coach of the Texas Tyrantrums. And I do apologize, I thought I had uploaded the right team builder yesterday. I ended up deleting it because it was the week 2 team builder I had recorded. Never got to upload, so I did make sure I recorded and uploaded the proper team builder for next week's battle against CJ. But all the focus right now is on this week 4 game. Not week 4 game, week 3 game against Recklessback. And you guys see the teams there. The team that I have is a Trick Room team. So we have Trick Room Magirna with Thunderbolt, Electrium Z, Flash Cannon, and HP Fire for the Genesect. We have Vikavolt, Roost, Bug Buzz, HP Ice, because he has a Sand Slash on his team, and Thunderbolt. We have Cofagrigus, Trick Room, Calm Mind, HP Fighting, Shadow Ball. We have Audino, Trick Room, Wish Protect, Toxic Flamethrower, Lycanroc, Stealth Rock, 3 attack. Silvally Fire, Toxic Parting Shot, Multi-Attack, Iron Head. So you guys see on his team's actually pretty fast, hence the reason I did bring the Trick Room this week. To pretty much just counteract that speed that he does have on his team. But we're going to get right into the battle here. And I'm going to lead off with my Cofagrigus because he doesn't have a very good switch into Cofagrigus. He has stuff like Uxie, which I can set up Calm Minds on potentially, or Gengar to come in and check it. So I felt like Cofagrigus would be a pretty decent lead for me. Because his Uxie probably wants to set up Stealth Rocks, Thunder Wave, something along those lines. But here, turn 1, he does reveal that he's Trick Choice Band. So I thought, you know what, that isn't bad. That's solid. He gets to take my Colbur Berry and gives me a Choice Band on the turn that I do set up a Calm Mind. I felt like a Calm Mind in front of this Uxie, but that isn't the case anymore, as I do have to switch out this next turn, not wanting to be locked into Calm Mind, which I guess sucks, but very good prep on his part to bring the Choice Band Trick Uxie. Was not thinking that when I was choosing my lead, I was figuring that, you know what, I don't have very good removal with potentially only Defog Silvally, so he might want to get his rocks up pretty quickly. So here I'm just going to swap out, and I'm just going to go straight out into my Vikavolt. 1, because I can scare out this Uxie, and then 2, I don't have to take Stealth Rock damage 2 times with Vikavolt, pretty much lower my health by 50%. You see here, Nick's going to get his Stealth Rocks up, which is fine. It just means that I'm limited on switching in my Silvally and my Vikavolt, which are 2 things I need to take note of, that they have 5 switch-ins. That's it, no more. So here he's actually going to go for the trick, and he's going to try and see what item my Vikavolt is, and he's going to give me a Colbur Berry, and he will take my Oka Berry, which unfortunately sucks, because the Oka Berry could have potentially helped me take on Genesect later on in the game, but I'm just going to go for the Bug Buzz here. No reason for me not to go for it, as that will OHKO the Uxie, so I could tell that he was a physically defensive Uxie based on that OHKOing. No special defense investment into that as all. Granted, I am a modest max special attack Vikavolt, base 145 special attack. Something's going to get hit hard. So here he goes out to Tyrant, which is his Genesect. So you got the shiny Genesect out in the field with the Electric Drive. That's something I did not take note until I actually started watching the replay. So I have one answer to Shift Gear Genesect, and that is Silvally Fire. That is it. I have no other switch-ins to a Shift Gear Genesect. All I can do is just go to Silvally. Now, knowing that, I know I'm going to need to set up Trick Room relatively soon in this battle, because, I mean, he has Gengar, Hitmonlee with Unburden, Weavile, and Genesect left. Here you're going to see the shift gear. So he has a lot of speed left on his team, and I need to find a way to counteract that. So I need to either set up Trick Room with Magearna, or I need to set up Trick Room and sack off Cofagrigus, which is an option in play as well. Here he's going to withdraw his Genesect. Pretty simple play for him. He's going to go out to Neptune the Suicune. So I just went for the multi-attack because I didn't want to risk this thing potentially having another shift gear set up so that it can take on the rest of my team. So I was pretty much just attacking what was in front of me, scouting, seeing how he is trying to play this battle, and by going out to Suicune showed that, you know what, he's making the safe play. He's not trying to risk any potential win conditions. Genesect being a Pokemon able to rip through my team. But now that I know he's shift gear, I know that my Lycanroc outspeeds and can OHKO it with Fire Fang. So that's something I did take note, was he is not Choice Scarf, so I can now set up, or not set up, but be able to outspeed his Genesect and kill it with Fire Fang. So here, Parting Shot, and this actually gives me a great chance to go out into my Magearna. Now, at -1, Suicune isn't doing much damage to my to my Magearna, but it allows me to set up a Trick Room now, so now my Magearna can start pretty much just damaging the rest of his team, because I do have HP Fire for the Genesect. You guys see on his side, he doesn't have very good Magearna switches at all. So he actually goes for the Toxic on my Silvally, trying to wear it down. So this is actually an even better turn for me, as my Magearna doesn't take any damage. And now I can set up a free Trick Room and start to pick apart his team. So he's actually going to withdraw his Suicune and go out to Jet, which is his Hitmonlee. Pretty much trying to scout to see if I do have Thunderbolt. Now, here I just go for Trick Room. So now my Magearna's in a good advantage. Issue: I do not have Floor Cannon. I have Flash Cannon because I need to hit Weavile. Floor Cannon does hit both, but it wasn't really worth the special attack drop, as Flash Cannon did a lot versus his team. So here he's going to withdraw Jet. He's going to go out to Neptune again, pretty much to scout, see what I have. I just go for the Flash Cannon. I just need a little bit of chip damage onto this Suicune for it to be OHKO'd by Gigavolt Havoc. So here I just go for the Flash Cannon. Now, I'm only 120 special attack EVs, not much actual special attack investment. I have a lot of bulk into this Magearna, so I get a little chip there onto his Suicune. But that little chip with the investment I had is all I actually needed to ensure that I got a KO here with the Gigavolt Havoc, and to pretty much just put myself in a fantastic position the rest of this game. The switching on his part was mostly to try and wear down the Trick Room turns, but there's only so much you can do with the Trick Room turns before I can actually start picking off or severely crippling a bunch of his team. I'm just going to go for the Gigavolt Havoc this turn. I don't think he's going to switch out because I haven't shown Thunderbolt yet, so I pretty much gave him that feeling that he didn't have it. But here comes Magearna, and we're just going to go straight for the Gigavolt Havoc, and down goes the Suicune, as this will KO it from the range it was at. And Magearna picking up a kill, as I'm finally starting to get the hang of this Magearna thing. Something I've struggled with so far this season, 3 weeks in, is trying to find a way to use Magearna effectively. But finally, I'm able to pick up a good kill with Magearna in the right setup. Magearna does get the +1 attack raise, or special attack raise, so now we're looking at Uxie, Suicune gone, so his bulk is decimated. He doesn't have any bulk left on his team. He's going to go out to his Hitmonlee, and he's going to show Fake Out Normal Gem. So, good prep on his part there, because Hitmonlee can actually potentially sweep me depending on the moveset. Except I do have the Cofagrigus sitting in the back. So this will burn a Trick Room turn. And a +1 Flash Cannon actually does not OHKO Hitmonlee. So I was a little worried that I would need some chip damage onto Hitmonlee here. I just go for the Flash Cannon. Hitmonlee does have very good special defense. I believe it's like base 110, so it is able to take the Flash Cannon. And now we're just sitting here. He's going to go for the high jump kick, which, you know what, it's understandable. I could have actually scouted and gone out to my Cofagrigus to do that, as the Trick Room turns will wear up this turn, so this Hitmonlee does actually pose a very big threat now, as he can potentially have knockoff and lose his Unburden. But Cofagrigus is my switch in 10 out of 10 times now with Magearna pretty weakened. There's not much Magearna can do the rest of the game except potentially set up another Trick Room. He's just going to go for the Mach Punch. I'm not sure if Mach Punch would have actually killed my Magearna from the range it was at, but he's going to go for the knockoff, which was fantastic, first of all, because now this allows me to start setting up Calm Minds. This allows me to start setting up a Trick Room, which is what I do here. Is I am actually able to get up a Trick Room so that the rest of my team can pretty much go in and sweep. So actually, I just go for the Hidden Power Fighting. That's right. I just go for the Hidden Power Fighting because I do not want to risk anything else. Maybe it's bulk up or something like that. I just wanted to make sure I got the kill. So he goes out to Joker, the Gengar, which is fine. My Cofagrigus has done what it needs to do. I'm just going to go out into my Audino because I can potentially set up a Trick Room on probably the Weavile. It's just real hard for me to set up a Trick Room at this point with Cofagrigus and my Magearna pretty weakened, but I do have a Wish Passer. So this is where Audino comes in, and I'm actually able to Wish Pass and pretty much stall out this Gengar for a little bit and get myself in the best position to win. So here goes for the Sludge Bomb. I'm specially defensive Audino, so there isn't much he can actually do to me unless he gets the poison. So now that will start wearing down my Audino little by little, but I do have the Wish to recover a lot of HP. I have Flamethrower in case he wants to switch in Genesect or Weavile to try and set up, because, I mean, Audino is setup fodder. Especially for Genesect, it can get its Shift Gear, and Weavile, it can get up a Swords Dance, or sub and a Swords Dance. So Flamethrower is there to pretty much prevent those from setting up. So, knowing I can take another Sludge Bomb or Shadow Ball, as he predicted me switching out into Cofagrigus, I just go for a Flamethrower here because I could take one more Sludge Bomb and get all my HP back. And Flamethrower is pretty much just in case he wanted to swap out into Genesect or Weavile to try and use my Audino setup fodder. But from here now, all I just need to do is finally get another Wish Pass and find a way to get into either Cofagrigus or Magearna. And he does get the crit here, as I do fire off a Wish. Now, I figure he's not going to predict again for Cofagrigus to come in, so I'm banking on him going for a Sludge Bomb. Now, had he gone for a Shadow Ball here, he probably ends up winning the game because I don't have anything for the Gengar. I speed tie with Lycanroc. Silvally probably doesn't take a Sludge Bomb very well. So he's actually going to withdraw Joker, and he's going to go out into his Genesect on the turn that I do go out to my Magearna. So this pays out wonderfully for me. Because one, my Magearna now can set up a Trick Room. I have enough bulk that I can live a hit from this Genesect, and now I can set up a Trick Room and pretty much ensure that Vikavolt can win the game at this point. So Magearna comes in, it's going to get the Wish Pass, pretty much put it at full HP, which is fantastic. Unfortunately, I don't have an Oka Berry, so I'm not able to take this Genesect's hit very well. So I just go for the Trick Room as he goes for the Blaze Kick, and he did get the attack boost off of the Dino, which really sucks because it pretty much just cripples my Magearna. I just go for the Trick Room, and now we have this battle set on a 5-minute timer. He has 5 minutes to do what he needs to do to try to win. He has 5 turns to pretty much do what he has to do to win the game. I just go for the Hidden Power Fire as he reveals that he is an Oka Berry Genesect, which is, I mean, perfectly understandable seeing as I have a lot of things that can carry fire coverage. It's going to do about 50% to the Genesect, as the Genesect will pick up a kill on the Magearna. But this does let me go out into my Vikavolt and try and scare him out with HP Fire. I was HP Ice Vikavolt, but the goal here was to try and scare him out, and I did just that here, as he will go out to Weavile, and pretty much his Weavile will be just sack fodder for my Vikavolt. He's going to swap out. I actually believe he goes to Gengar here. Yeah, he goes out to Joker the Gengar, so this is pretty much a scout for HP Fire, and because he never really gets to find out, Vikavolt can pretty much KO everything with Thunderbolt at this point. Barring, potential Gengar having Sucker Punch. Had Gengar had Sucker Punch, I'd probably end up losing this game to Genesect potentially, but Vikavolt will pick up a kill there. Vikavolt's first week actually on the team, and putting in some very solid work here, as we did acquire Vikavolt here week 3. Here comes his Weavile. Pretty much just click Bug Buzz and it will die. Surprised on actually no Ice Shard here. I thought he would Ice Shard to try and weaken my Vikavolt, because that's another way that Genesect could have actually came in and picked up a kill here. As you guys are going to see, that Blaze Kick from Genesect does not actually KO my Vikavolt, which allows my Vikavolt to pick up a kill. But dimensions return to normal. That's perfectly fine. At this point, I was thinking I have to stay in at this point because of shift gear. I can't let this thing set up a shift gear because I have nothing to deal with it after it gets to +2 speed. So I just stay in, I click Thunderbolt. His only play is to Blaze Kick because he can't risk me staying in, clicking HP Fire. And this is where I thought, you know what, if he clicked Ice Shard with Weavile, Blaze Kick probably kills, and this game becomes a little bit more interesting. Granted, my Lycanroc does have Fire Fang, and it does outspeed the Genesect naturally. But Vikavolt does pick up the kill, and we will pick up a, I want to say 5-0 win, as Magearna was the only Pokemon that fell in that battle. Yeah, we did pick up a 5-0 win over the Texas Tyrantrums, as we improved to 1 and 2 with a -1 differential, looking to continue this upward streak. Hopefully we can start building a nice win streak here going into week 4. It was a good game, Nick. Genesect and the speed just really gave my team problems. And then next week we will be taking on Choice CJ, coach of the Baltimore Ryalus. So keep an eye out for that battle and team builder next week, along with a transaction video as well next week. But with all that being said, guys, I am Johnny GB, and I'm out.